Welcome back, fam. We are back with another week of Married at First Sight, season 11, episode 8. You can get out of this. That's the title.
Alright, so it got a little intense, and we're gonna get right into it. But before we do, you know what time it is, guys. If you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you get post notifications so that you know whenever we drop a new video or any new content. Alright, smash that like button. That helps you to know that you're enjoying our content. It helps them push it out to more people who might enjoy the content. The more people who have to see the content, the more people comment, the more discussions we have. It's better for everybody. Alright, so hit the like button, help us out. Alright, and comment down below, okay? We love having discussions with you guys, talking about what happened during the episode. If you're feeling the same way we're feeling about the couples, so comment down below so we can interact with you guys and have a discussion about what's going on, alright?
Let's get into it. Alright, so now we are going to talk about Olivia and Brett. So, let's see, they've, it's kind of been that continual conversation with the finances. She met with her friend. Remember, they had brunch.
Right.
And they talked about, just kind of talked about her feelings as far as how Brett was like, I guess, approaching her, talking to her about like finances and budgeting and
right.
The concerns there.
Yeah, and that's the main concerns that we had last week.
Yeah.
Is, not necessarily what he's saying, because what he was saying makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, to actually budget, to set aside money for retirement, things like that, that makes sense. It's just how he was talking to her that didn't really make sense.
Yeah, and her, her friend was like, yeah, you're going to need to talk to him. That's your husband. Y'all are going to need to talk. Brett also met with his friend. And same thing. He gave his red flags. I guess his was coming from the other end of the spectrum because he's feeling like the way she's spending and she's not concerned with the budget.
Right. He seemed a lot less concerned than she did. Like, I think he gave off the vibe, at least to his friend, that this is something, it's an issue, but we can work through it. Like, we'll work through it, we'll figure it out. And I think she was a little bit more, still kind of dealing with the situation.
But then, so then they had the scene where he cooked dinner. And then they were like, she was like, okay, you got a few minutes, let's talk about the budget. And then they sat down and they seemed to be good. They seemed to work well. It seemed like to me. What'd you think?
That scene was really dope. Like, I liked it. He cooked dinner, so he's not like holding a grudge or whatever. Like, no, you can cook or you can whatever. Like, nah, he cooked dinner, steak dinner. Hey, it looked like he knew what he was doing. Yeah, it looked good. And then, he sat down with her and they went over some budget. And, he wasn't like condescending. He wasn't. It
wasn't back and forth.
My way or the highway, this is what you need. Like, he was showing her some things. She was letting him know, letting him take the lead, telling him what the numbers were. And they worked together. And it seemed like
I liked how their conversation, it really seemed to evolve. Like, she was like, oh yeah, I can cut back on the eating out. So then, like, our entertainment for us to go out and, stuff like, it just really seemed to like turn around, like they were finally like maybe compromising or coming together.
And that's all they needed to do. Like I said, I think they have a lot of potential, but their common ground is they like cats, you know what I mean? But he's on one, as far as finances, he's on one end of the spectrum and she's on the other. And I think he could stand to, learn from her to sometimes live in the moment and enjoy life, enjoy the right now. And I think she could learn from him to, hey, let's set aside some money. Let's enjoy the now, but let's set aside some money so that we have our future taken care of as well. So I think this scene was them kind of coming together and kind of understanding that, bringing it all together. So I think that was really good.
Yeah. Let's see, like the girls sat down and talked, the guys sat down and talked. Brett, he still expressed his concerns about that, but I don't know, like you said, it seemed like not as bad. Like, maybe, I don't know, it's a little something they can get over, a little bump or whatever they can deal with. They did when they had the friends over. They seemed, they seemed to do well, their friends, to get along. They seemed like they got along good. Everybody seemed well. I mean, Olivia, she did still talk to her friend about it. I don't want to say she's like holding her grudge or nothing, but she did express it. And who knows? I don't know. That could have been editing. I don't know what was before or after, to be quite honest. But, you know, when they showed their little get together, she did talk to her friend about it. So, I don't know. I mean, I'll just say in her defense, being an independent woman and, you know, making your money, your stuff, that, I mean, look, you're not just gonna walk in and be like, oh yeah, you take control of everything. Like, that probably is gonna take some time for her to adjust, you know, to sharing with somebody else. And it's like, especially your finances, like, it's probably gonna take time to adjust, but I definitely feel like they can make it. I feel like they can do it. I do.
I do. You know, like you said, I think it's one of those things that's going to take time. That's one of the challenges of marriage is you've been living by yourself, you know, for so long, doing things your way, not having to answer to anyone else. You know, when it comes to your finances, you buy what you want to buy when you want to buy it.
That's right.
So, you know, you have to understand that, all right, now I am linked with this other person. My decisions affect them. And that takes time. That's not something that happens overnight.
Yeah.
So I think that they're in a good place. I think, you know, Brett is, I was encouraged to see that scene with the budget because prior to that, I think they all the guys got together that are on the show. And they were talking about, and they were like, Brett, like, yo wife, because he was saying that, you know, she's used to the 5-star hotels, and now when we take trips, we're gonna do the 1 or 2 star. And they were like, bro, like, if she's worked hard and she's used to 5-star vacations and trips, you're not about to come up in here and downgrade her. Like, that's not what we do. So,
an independent woman making more money.
You know what I mean? And she makes more money than you. Like, you're gonna have to come to accept that and figure out how we're gonna work around that. Maybe we don't take 2 or 3 5-star trips. Maybe we only take 1 5-star trip. But she's not about to go to the Hotel 6 in, you know, in Hawaii.
Nobody is. But
you know what I mean? Because that's what you want to do. Like, no, you're gonna have to figure it out. Figure out where y'all can cut back like they did in other areas. Maybe cut back on the eating out so that when we do take a vacation, we can stay in the 5-star hotel.
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just compromise. That's what marriage is. Compromise. Everything. I mean, that's the biggest thing you're gonna learn if you want your marriage to succeed. If you want it to, you know, come together, you do have to learn to compromise. So.
And I think in most good marriages, you have 2 people who have different strengths. I think that's the beauty of marriage is that you get somebody else who has different strengths from you. And ideally, you have somebody whose strengths, you know, kind of not complement yours necessarily, but like they're strong in the areas that you might be need a little help in, and you might be strong in areas that they need a little help in. And when you guys come together, hey, you can take over the world.
Alright, so is that it?
I think that's it. I think they've got some potential.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Better than last week.
Yeah, last week I was kind of like, whoa.
I know.
Seeing some things, it was a lot for me.
It was a lot. Yeah.
But I think they're getting it back on the right track. I think they have potential.
Okay. Well, that's it for Olivia and Brett. Woody and Amani. Woody and Amani.
It was all good, man.
Yeah, they were like in love like the whole episode. It was just like love coming from them like the whole time.
I have nothing to say. I wanted to see how they would be when they got back to New Orleans, when they got back into, you know, their regular routines and jobs and everything like that.
Yeah.
It seems like nothing is slowed down, you know. They woke up on the weekend, Woody cooked breakfast, had some flowers.
He definitely was bringing on all the sweet charm. Like, oh, she was there for it, he was there for it. They just seemed to be, they were just together, right? Like connected, like for real.
It's beautiful to see, man. I mean, you know, it's early.
I know, it's just week 3. But it really does seem like there is like a genuine connection.
They like each other.
Like,
they like each other.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, obviously in any marriage, in any relationship, you're gonna have issues at some point. But I think they like each other and they're gonna work through.
And he even said that. Remember when they were having that conversation? Yeah. I mean, their friends came over, and again, it was just like, I don't know, just like everybody getting along. And you remember how they were like getting on Woody, and she was like, don't talk about my man, and taking him for. I mean, they were just like, I don't know. They just really seemed to be getting along.
they're couples goals right now.
Yeah,
like
for real. Especially for this show. I mean,
I don't know what else to say. I mean, I think, you know, I hope it doesn't, because I know I've noticed that a lot of his friends have, you know, pointed out that married Woody is a lot different from single Woody.
Oh yeah.
You know, it kind of seemed like Woody had a little bit of a wild past. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But from every indication that he's given on this show, he's ready to put it behind him. So I hope.
And I think that's important. I think y'all are like that, aren't you? Like there's a time like when men, we all are, you know, like you're not ready and you're gonna do what you're gonna do. And then there is a time like when you mature up and like you know you're ready and you cut all the other stuff out, right? You're just like, this is what I'm gonna do.
That's true.
And try to do right. So
how old is Woody? 30?
30. Yeah, it's just 30.
I think that's a good age for us. I think, you know,
to finally take that.
We got married young, but you know, it worked. I mean, I was ready.
Yeah, I mean, it depends.
I lived a little different lifestyle, but I think for most guys, around 30 is a good age where you kind of like, all right.
Some of them, I don't know.
Now look, not all dudes, but I think a lot of dudes. Around the time they hit 30 or mid-30s, they're kind of like, all right, you know, I kind of did what I wanted to do. At some point, I do want to settle down. I don't want to be by myself and trying to hit the club, you know, when I'm 50, you know. So, you know, I think he's done his thing, and I think he is
in a good place,
ready. He's in a good place, ready to settle down.
And she seems to be too.
Sure.
Yeah, she seems to be in a good place too, I think. So. So, yeah, I think we just 100 on them. Like, yes, they're gonna make it. I mean, that's what we're rooting for, at least.
I'm rooting for them.
Definitely.
I can't see it. I can't see anything that would derail them from moving forward at the end of 8 weeks.
I don't see it. I don't see it right now. Like I said, we're just week 3. In this episode,
something drastic would really have to come out of left field.
Yeah, for that to happen.
I feel like.
I agree. All right, well, that's it for Woody and Amani. Next, let's talk about Amelia and Bennett. Amelia and Bennett. Yeah.
I like
They're still, I do too. Still sweet, still a great vibe, bringing their home together. And then what? So then they had their friends over. They both seem to get along with the friends. They honestly seem like, I don't know, it seemed like one big group happy.
I couldn't tell whose friends were who.
Exactly, that's what I mean. It was like, I don't know.
They're a very eclectic bunch, you know.
They just all go together. It just seems
together. They did their painting, painted the mural. They had their
the conversations. I didn't even realize it was like really Amelia's friend and his friend, because they was all talking good together. It was like, oh, I thought that was I thought that was like their personal friend they brought to the party. So yeah, they seem to be doing good now. You know, one thing, now Bennett did have an important conversation with his friend. I don't know, that was serious. She felt very serious about him moving with Amelia.
She did. And yeah, I don't know what the nature of that friendship is.
I know, because it just seemed so deep. Like she was
a little intense,
but like just a friend, like
right. So I don't know what the nature of that. I mean, you know, they could be friends. They could be copacetic, but
been friends for a long time.
Could be,
yeah.
But that's the tough thing about marriage, man. I mean, because obviously the issue is Amelia is going to be going to residency, and after that,
she's already applied.
So it seems pretty.
Just waiting to hear back.
No, like she's going to end up moving. So is Bennett going to uproot? You know, he's always been in New Orleans. It seems like he went to school in New Orleans. He's got. You know, one of the things she pointed out was he has friends in New Orleans that he's had since high school. Long time friends, some deep roots in New Orleans. So is he going to be able to uproot all of that and more or less follow Amelia?
Yeah.
And, you know, And so that was a deep conversation that he had with one of his friends who was expressing, hey, I don't want you to leave, and I don't think you should just pick up and follow somebody that you just met 2 weeks ago.
Oh man, that was a crusher. That was hard. Like, because he definitely said that he was open to it, but that's so hard because it's like, this is your wife, you're married. You know what I mean? Like, there is a certain obligation there. But then she had to put that dagger in, like, you just met this person. It's like,
you did just
I know. So it's just, ooh, that's hard. That's hard.
That's what's difficult about this show, though, because, you know, marriage is you making a decision to commit to this person and, like, do what's in the best interest of
real
y'all's relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's hard to do that when you just met a person. Normally, you've known them for a long time. You've seen them through the good and the bad. And then you make the decision. All right, no matter what happens, we're rocking together. We're going to do what's in the best interest for us. So it makes it really hard for decisions like these, where you did just kind of just meet her, but
it's your spouse. It's your
you know what I mean? The right thing to do, and it's difficult sometimes, you know, in marriage. Like even for us and for other married couples who have been with each other for a while, sometimes you have to choose between, all right, what's best for our marriage and our family, or what friends and what family want you to do.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
That's very true.
And ultimately, and I think a lot of people get this wrong sometimes, you have to choose what's best for your spouse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't come natural because you've grown up with your family, you've grown up with your friends, that's what you've always known. But you have to, and sometimes you can kind of feel like you're betraying them or something like that, but you have to do what's best for your spouse.
Yeah. That is true. Oh my gosh, that's so true. And it does happen. You're right. A lot of times when people fail to do that, and then you know what happens? Then you start kind of building like these, like, you know, gaps and separations in your marriage.
Yep.
I hate to say that, but it's true. Sometimes we fail to realize making those decisions like that outside of our marriage, outside of our spouse, that actually you think, oh, it's not doing anything, they're okay, but actually it does affect your marriage. And you may not see it now, but you may definitely see it later. It will come out in things, and man, it can really tear you apart. It can really tear you up.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, for Bennett, he's got to make that decision, you know, like, yeah, the people that you know, the life that you've known, you know, family and things like that, or the potential for a lifelong partner and, you know, a family and things like that, you know, and it's kind of like, that's more the unknown, like, you know, the familiarity of New Orleans and your friends and your family. You don't really know what the future holds with this person, but
that is so true.
Look, here's the friends. They can come and go. Like, they might get an opportunity and go somewhere else. They might find somebody.
They're telling you to do something.
You know what I mean?
Then when theirs come up, they be like, oh, well, it was real though. It was good.
Right.
At a time when she like,
So, if I'm Bennett, you know, no, I don't necessarily want to answer the question right now. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time to breathe.
Yeah.
But if everything checks out at the end of 8 weeks, I would go forward with Amelia. Yeah,
because they definitely seem to get along, have a great connection, really like each other, attraction. Like, I mean, it seems like they're a fit.
Yeah, and like I think that like sometimes you get paired with people, or you see people paired on the show, and it's kind of like, you know, you could probably find another person similar to that. Like those two. I don't know if they're gonna find somebody. Like, they seem like they fit together like a puzzle piece, like, you know what I mean? So for something like that, I think you gotta take the plunge. It's not like an iffy situation, like they're cool, but man, it's like, you know, I can find another you. Like, no, I think they are tailor-made for each other.
Yeah, it seems like they got a good thing. Like, they're building a good thing, it seems like.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. That's it.
That's it for them.
Okay. All right. Well, that is it for episode 8, guys. We hope y'all enjoyed it, and definitely comment and let us know what y'all think as far as all the couples, how they're getting along.
And if you haven't done so already, you know what time it is.
Yes.
smash that subscribe button. And hit the bell so that you get post notifications so you know whenever we drop new content.
Right.
Okay, smash that like button. Lets YouTube know that you're enjoying the content. Likes. Give us more likes, guys. All right, can we get at least like 50 likes on this video?
Yeah,
just
that'd be nice. 50. Yeah.
50 likes would be awesome. If y'all could get us 50 likes. All right. And like Blythe said, comment down below. That's the best part of us dropping these videos, is getting in the comments with you guys and letting us know how you're seeing everything that's going on the show. All right.
Yeah, and we will see you guys next time for the next episode. That's it. Bye.